Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of CoinNewsExtra interview session. It's a program where we invite innovators, stakeholders in the blockchain crypto ecosystem to come air their points and talk about the state of the blockchain ecosystem. So today we'll be looking at non-fungible token and reward tokens. We'll be hearing about these non-fungible tokens, fungible tokens. So today is going to be looking at non-fungible tokens and reward tokens. So with me to talk about this amazing topic is Leo Petersen K. Leo Petersen K is the editor-in-chief at Digital Asset Life. Leo, you're welcome to CoinNewsExtra.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm happy to be with you.
You're welcome. I didn't know how to pronounce the last, so I have to abbreviate it to K. So,
It's all right. It's all right.
So how is Copenhagen today?
It's wonderful. It's a little bit gray, but maybe you and your viewers can see the Baltic Sea right there. It's yeah, it's winter here, but it's still pretty warm for this part of the world.
Interesting. That's nice. It's warm over here too. We'll be looking at you have interest in this area and you have experience when it comes to non-fungible token and reward token. So before we go straight to that, could you just give us a brief about yourself and your background?
Yeah, I'm here in two capacities. Yes, I edit Digital Asset Life. That is a website dedicated to mainstream blockchain adoptions. So I'm not really writing a lot about or publishing a lot about, say, cryptocurrencies, not because I have anything against it, but it's just that there are many others. While I focus and our small team, we focus on the sort of more mainstream blockchain adoptions, like IBM Food Trust or Maersk Tradelands, or blockchain adoption in energy and so on. This is one thing. The other thing is that I am a blockchain partner at Copenhagen Institute for Future Studies, and it is basically a non-profit think tank that has existed for more than 50 years now, and with its members being pretty much all major Scandinavian corporations and governmental agencies, here we have recently done a workshop. Mainly my colleagues Simon Östergård and Dasha Krimanos, they did a workshop on blockchain adoption in the energy sector for top executives of the Danish energy companies and the governmental agencies relevant to this sector. So this was also very interesting. A lot of interesting conclusions came out of that. By my background is partly in mass media and partly in technology. So that's short.
Yeah, that's a nice background, a very nice hybrid background. It's very nice. So what we'll be looking at, what is the current state of cryptocurrency, most especially during this pandemic, starting with where you are, Copenhagen?
Yeah, well, we live in strange but very exciting times, I think, because what happens is that we see not only the wider adoption of traditional cryptocurrencies, and now I can say this word, traditional cryptocurrencies, like Bitcoin and Ethereum, but also we see the rise of whole new classes of crypto assets, and those two I want to mention and talk about more and discuss with you. These are the non-fungible tokens and so-called reward tokens or engagement tokens also. So non-fungible tokens are the tokens that you cannot change, that represent ownership of something unique. And if you look around now, you will notice that there are many more unique objects around you than non-unique objects. Like, for example, say if you give me, if I borrow 100 Bitcoins from you, I can give you back 2 times 50 Bitcoins, right? Or 5 times 20 Bitcoins, because they are fungible, because they're interchangeable. But for example, I don't know, let's say this piece of art, well, it's not exactly a piece of art, but let's assume this is piece of art. This is a traditional Danish Christmas candle, right? It exists only in one. It's like a friend of mine made it. It exists only in one copy. This is a unique object, right? And in order to and you can create a token that represents only this object. You cannot change it to something. You cannot divide it. You know. And it uses its own standard. It's not a ERC20 as Ethereum, like most Ethereum-based tokens are. It's ERC721, and
Okay,
that's
are
enough
you trying
about
to say?
technicality.
Are you trying to say that we want to get to that? You are trying to explain what non-fungible tokens are
Yes.
and reward tokens.
Reward tokens, I would like to explain a little bit more. This is what I told
Okay,
about is only non-fungible tokens.
okay, continue.
Right. So about non-fungible tokens, I just want to mention that the market has just started. There are about 5 different major platforms on it. One is Nifty Gateway that is owned by Gemini of the famous Winklevoss brothers that we know from the film, the network, the social network. And also there is another platform called Super Rare, and they are the ones who they manually you apply, but they don't accept everybody. It's like they accept only those who they like, the artists who they like. So these are mostly for crypto art, for digital art, I mean. Then there is a platform called OpenSea that I think that is the one that is allows, like, they combine fungible tokens and non-fungible tokens, and this allows in fact fractional ownership of fungible tokens also suddenly. Then there is another project called that is in development that is will start soon, that is called DigiCall, where they unite non-fungible tokens with DeFi, with distributed finance and all that is attached to that. So you can use these non-fungible tokens as collateral, for example, to make a loan and everything. And also there is one more player called Rarible, and here they accept kind of everybody, and there are some issues there related to that. This was in short about non-fungible tokens. There are 3 major issues with non-fungible tokens. One is that there is still these platforms, all of them that I mentioned, they require some kind of degree of even basic crypto knowledge, in the sense that you need to know how to operate a MetaMask and what is a wallet, at this level. But still it excludes a lot of people, a lot of artists. And the solution maybe is to put everything under the hood, in this way to achieve usability. Another big issue, I think, with non-fungible tokens, that them being such a novelty, that mainly now it's for GIFs and digital art, like classic digital art that people do on a computer. I have not seen yet a non-fungible tokens for photography, for example, or for there are some attempts for music, but like they are not so widespread yet. So, or jewelry, for example, physical objects, the whole thing there to somehow to be able to connect them to the physical object. This is a whole big new sphere. And the third thing is compliance. So most of these projects that I mentioned, they are for residents of the United States, because there you have the legislation and regulation that covers them. So in Europe, they are not yet as well spread. So there are issues with compliance that have to be addressed. So this was what I wanted to tell about
Okay.
non-fungible tokens.
Okay. Leo, you've been able to talk about non-fungible token. So, what makes it unique? What differentiates these tokens from other form of tokens?
The thing is that non-fungible tokens, by their nature, represent a unique object. A non-fungible token cannot be copied. You cannot have several non-fungible tokens for one object, or you can have several, but only a certain number. You cannot, like, say, make two tokens based about this candle. I mean, you can, but then it's only two. You cannot, like, then add extra two. It's like once I can mint 10 tokens out of this, but then once I have minted, I cannot mint the 11 for the 12. There is only a limited number. And imagine what kind of market is that in, for example, esports, in gaming, in the gaming virtual goods, in games goods. So this what makes them unique.
Interesting. We've been able to know what fungible tokens are, what makes them unique from other tokens, because we've been able to see different tokens in the blockchain and crypto space. Call it NFT and non-NFTs. So, lastly, before we draw the curtain of today's episode of Coin News Extra interview, Neil, what's your closing remark?
Um, I want to just very briefly refer to the reward tokens in my closing remark, because the reward token is a totally new, it's even more new class of crypto assets than the non-fungible tokens, and it's really just a concept to which I also contributed, and I'm trying to contribute to its development. And it's about that it's the crypto tokens that motivate people to do something. Basically, they are not there for punishment, they're there for motivation, they're to reward. And for example, if you let's say if you want to achieve a healthy society, that is a project that we do in the Copenhagen Institute for Future Studies. Uh, you need to motivate people to maintain healthy lifestyle. And how do you do it? Yeah, when you run, when you jog in the morning, when you like don't use your car in the middle of the traffic jam in the middle of the city, you get tokens for that. And what you can do with these tokens? Well, you can cash them in sort of, as, for example, shops that participate in these programs. You can achieve some discounts there. Or you can go to a local swimming pool for free if it's a municipal swimming pool and the municipality supports it. Things like that. It's a very big new area, and I will be happy to answer your questions and elaborate in further discussions. And I'm very happy to have had this interview with you.
Thank you very much. Talking about the reward token, we've seen that there are some of them coming up with a bicycle where if you ride, you'll be able to get some rewards. And a lot of things are coming up in this crypto space.
Sure.
Thank you very much, Leo Petersen, for joining us today on CoinNews Extra interview session.
You're welcome.
It's our pleasure. Thank you. So let me